Hi, many apologies for my camera being the wrong angle for half of the video of the old barn from Chidham in the Chichester Harbour area of West Sussex. So this one shows a bit more of the face of the barn and further round the road. So it's got to be a bit different. I can't do the same one again. So that's where we are. So I'll position my camera on the board and move my camera just out of the way slightly. Alright, and I'll rough it in. I don't know if I'm going to do this in one go. It's Sunday and I have to eat. So, put that to one side, and here's my palette. The usual vermilion, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, some burnt sienna, black, viridian, lemon yellow, and cadmium. I think it's just a mid yellow, and yellow ochre. So any combination of those colours. It's a bit bigger the palette than I use for watercolours, mainly because I haven't got any mid or cadmium yellow in the watercolours, just the lemon yellow. So I'll just clean that palette up a bit. Now, good idea for me about using a glass palette. Well, I do have a glass palette which I used to use for oils, but because the acrylic dries so fast when it's out of this stay wet palette, I use this in preference. The only drawback with it is that it draws water up all the time, and one or two of the weaker colours like the ultramarine and titanium white tend to get a bit weak, but it doesn't matter, and as does the lemon yellow. Other colours like the viridian, the light red and the black dry quite quickly. So I'm just going to indicate that barn. I'm not going to draw it. I'll draw it in water and a bit of black. So I don't want it too big. So just a rough edge, and you can just about see the end of the barn. That point there. And that comes down, this is the shape of that, and that comes down there like that, and then we come down here with the rest of that roof, and that comes down there. So I just paint that in black. So that is basically the shape of that barn roof. A lot of foliage. That's probably just a little bit showing there, and we've got some probably where the corrugated irons come off. I could do a little bit more detail on this roof because I can see it's a better angle maybe. And then we've got all this foliage coming up there, down here, a bit behind, or the other sides of the barn, coming across the road, and then this is the other side of the road, and then down here we've got the road is about there, coming all the way across here, and that's all road there. A word about the primer on here. I primed it both sides. I didn't. Well, I acrylic both sides, but the plaster of Paris went a bit wrong on the other side. Strange thing, this piece of be warned. I put a coat of plaster of Paris mixed with a lot of water on the other side, and I dried it off so that the powder wasn't sealed. But before it was completely dry, I went over with a coat of acrylic or PVA glue diluted and dried it, but it didn't stick to the slightly damp primer or gesso, homemade gesso. So it peeled off as a sheet. So make sure things are completely dry before you put another surface on. So I turned it over, and you can see, I hope, the all the lines. This is pretty rough, quite a bit of the plaster under that, and it's quite, as far as I know, that's quite a stable surface. So we're going to do the same sort of sky, bit of blue, bit of ultramarine, bit of alizarin in there, and we'll just paint around the barn. The lights as we come down, cover up the trees, the tops of the trees. So bring some of the sky into your foliage, because and hopefully some will stay showing as we go, to show the sky holes, or if you prefer the bird holes. I've added a colour, just burnt sienna. You can let some of the ground show through. In fact, I saw a lovely painting, I'm sure you've all seen it, Bertha Morisot. It was a harbour scene, I don't know which harbour, I can't remember. But she left a lot of the burnt umber ground show through. It was almost as if she had painted it. It was absolutely wonderful, wonderful. The primer underneath, or the ground colour, was a valid colour. The constable used to use burnt umber behind his trees, and he left quite a bit of the ground showing through. I'll just right, okay, that we'll do. There's all foliage in here. Let that dry a little bit. Let's put it in the road. So the road start there. So we'll put that in a bit of ochre, blue, red, white, bit of sienna. So that will be about there. Going across there. Bit of a problem with my primer there. I'm just using a bit of water in this to dilute, just to give a wash, and then put in some bit of foliage. I do like black, lemon yellow, plenty of lemon yellow. Use some bit of yellow ochre in there as well. So let's just go dark with this. Plenty of red. It's nice painting dark to light, but I want a nice red in there. A bit heavy on the brush, the primer. Very dark there, to show the separation. Right, get this coming down from the barn here, coming all the way across, all in shadow. Right, we need some more black, I think. I'm mixing a bit of vermilion with the black and the viridian here, but plenty of red. Oh, with this. I need to bring that sky down further there, but once that dries, I'm going to come up here. Got a bit sticking up over the top of the barn here. That comes up quite high there, behind the barn. More black and red, and a bit of yellow. It's got dark in here. This gives a good foil for all the light foliage we're going to put in here. It's not a device. A lot of this barn is covered up with foliage, which I like. The barn is just an integral part of this landscape here. But the landscape is so gorgeous here. There's a nice dark in there, because this is all in the shadow area. So if you were using oil, this would be, it would be the same colour. I think it's a case of getting used to doing this amount of dark. Got a lot of light grasses and light coming through here, but that's where I want to get some really good dark green, red, mid yellow, and black. I've really enjoyed it. Got that nice. Straight up there, more dark in here. Right, we just got a little bit of light showing there. And a bit of dark. Now, you know, I'm going to stipple a lot of this. Right, I'll use that brush. I like this brush. It's almost worn out, but it's got the right amount of hair on it. So I'll give it a good dry. Alright, this camera's still pointing in the right direction. Yep. Right, more sky now. So with experience, you can judge making up your colours to pretty similar to what you've already got on there. I'm just really going to rough this in today, or for the moment anyway. Just get a start on it for tomorrow. Got quite a busy day tomorrow, by the way now. I'm going to put some little clouds in there as well. Let's just. We don't want a flat colour for the sky. We want lots going on. It's a lovely sunny day. Well, it was a Sunday. It's not a sunny day today here in London, or South of England. It's quite a miserable day, but typical English summer. We had a lovely day yesterday. A lot of rain on Friday, and so it goes. Okay, now we're putting some nice light clouds, and a good dodge with clouds is light red and a lot of white. It might be a bit light, so this. Nice warm clouds. But a bit lighter than that, maybe. Lighter still, because the light is coming from high up here. Remember that clouds go behind things. Right, we'll let that dry off. I just wonder if you can see the lines in my brush lines in the gesso. I call it gesso. It's just plaster of Paris. Plaster of Paris, if you don't know it, might just be a British name for it. But I've got a bag of the stuff here. I had to put another bag because the original one split. I'll show you what it's like on my painting now. Right, that's it. Very fine powder. And it's the stuff you use as children for modelling in the old rubber moulds, what we used to have as kids. And you mix it up very thin, but all of a sudden the water reacts chemically with the plaster and it goes solid. But you have to do the gessoing before it gets to that stage, and it's quite tricky. I've got a little hole in my gesso there. I'll just go over that with a little thick lump of paint, I think. Let it dry. Right, okay. I'm going to use burnt sienna for my rooftop, and I'm using a burnt sienna that I bought at that wonderful art show last week. Art in Action. I'm not going to put much out. And I'll, well, I won't do that with that brush. I'll use the 1/2 inch flat, the one I use for watercolours. So, blue, which you get on the corrugated I also reflect the sky on it. And I come in with a bit of black and a little bit of the burnt sienna. Just get this in here. Need to work with thick paint because of the gesso. Do the roof rough to show the sagging timbers in it. Bit of nicer stuff on the top, I think. Not that high. So whatever you put on, you're going to change. You're going to go over. I can only see lights and darks, so that's what I'm painting. Now I'm going to put in some black. Don't hold your hands up in horror. So put some more out. Right, we've got a line coming across here. It's a bit higher than that. Oh yeah, a bit higher than that. Just put it in under the roof. So I'll put light foliage on here. Back. It's the same black that I use for those line and wash drawings. I will just calm over here with that shape. And this roof here comes down to there. And that comes here. Really faded. Who's that for? Who's? My son, family and friends are going to Austria next week. Don't be scared about the black. Have faith. Right, just a little bit of old memoir stuff here. that roof line carries on over here. So there seems to be an overlap here, so it shows a shadow, so we'll put that in, and we can put a bit of stuff up here. So the joint, the hip joint, right. That will do for that. I'm going to do a bit more on that roof. The roof is huge. It's a very, very big barn. I would imagine at some stage it had a thatch roof on it. And it was cheaper to redo it with corrugated iron, as that got invented. So we've got some grey sort of light coming down there. I probably painted it just a little bit black, but that was roof there, so it wouldn't be that colour, but I'm just going to modify that. Okay, so we'll come in with this. So my wife came up for a bag for my son. And grandson and daughter-in-law. So now I'm a great one for keeping things soft. Oh, right, well that's the end of painting. That's the grandson and son coming around for the bag. Haven't seen him for ages. Right, okay, that'll be part one. So we'll continue that tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.